Like this, and then this chains again. Like that. So that's probably one of the best RCs in the game. BRC off of a guard crush puts you so, and then here, let's do this. So Guilty Gear Strive, teach me.
All right, welcome to another episode of Guilty Gear Strive Teach Me. Today we have a great guest. I've been watching him with Potemkin stuff on Twitch streams. Introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up? My name is Octopimp. I go by Octo. I've been streaming for a while. I played Potemkin for a number of years. I've been playing Guilty Gear since Sharp Reload, but only really seriously competitively since Xrd, but I've pretty much only played Potemkin since then. I'm also the English voice of Axel in the game, so yeah, that's my little fun fact about that.
That's what I'm saying. Voice actor for Axel. Wow. Yeah, I had to get you on, man. I had to get you on.
Don't judge my accent too harshly. I'm sorry.
So you done the English accent?
Listen, I try it a little bit. You know, it's tough. It's harder than it looks.
Excellent stuff, man. Excellent stuff. All right, so we've got Potemkin here. We're gonna speak about Potemkin's archetype because, you know, some of the archetypes like, you know, balance, rushdown, all those stuff are pretty key and pretty known in fighting games. But power throw is something different. So explain to me Potemkin's role.
Well, Potemkin is obviously he's the grappler, the combat. I think he's described as the combat grappler. Obviously he's got his command throw. He's got Potemkin Buster, which does a lot of damage and is really, really strong. It's really fast. It's actually slower than it used to be. It's 5 frames now. It used to be 3 frames startup, but it's, you know, your game plan is to get them into Potemkin Buster or get them into a situation where they want to block, and then you condition them to block in that situation, and then you Potemkin Buster. So that's kind of where Potemkin really shines, but he also has a lot of other options too. He has a lot of really good pressure in this game as well.
Great stuff. All right, so let's go through the key moves. So let's start with the normals, specials, and then the supers.
Sure. Okay. Well, if we want to start with just the normals, one of the most important ones is definitely Close Slash. Close Slash is really, really good. I think it's 8 frame startup. It's +4 on block. So if you're just blocking, like right there, I'm already +4, which is really nice. So, so you have to, a really important thing is realizing, you know, and this is kind of true in Guilty Gear in general, realizing where you're going to get Close Slash and where you're going to get Far Slash. You know, if you're new to Guilty Gear, or if you're, you know, returning, it's always really good to know, like, where am I going to get Far Slash versus, like, here should be Close Slash. Yeah, so that should be about Close Slash. So knowing where you're going to get that, especially on meaty, right? Because like a meaty Close Slash will beat, you know, a lot of wake up buttons. So right, so like if I do so for instance, I'll knock you down, right? And then do like something wake up.
Oh, you
like,
well, let me do a jab.
Yeah, just do it. Yeah, anything. It's fine. So like,
oh, see, I tried it. I just
yeah. And even then, that's not bad for me because I'm still +4, right? So you know, like I can still do something off of that. But right, so Close Slash is really good for that. Another good one that I really like and I don't see as many people use is 2S. That one, the sliding door. That actually does stagger on counter hit. So like here, give me a 5S or 5H.
5H.
Heavy slash. Heavy slash. So like the chop.
Oh,
that one. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do a counter hit with that. So like here. There you go. See, so I get stagger off of that, and if you're close enough and you get a 2S like that, you can actually pop Buster because they're in stagger. So that's really, really good. Those are 2 really good normals. So Close Slash and 2S are really good. Obviously 5H is amazing for poking. That's, you know, the range on this normal is kind of insane. So like Well, I'll kind of talk about why it's good and how to deal with it, because a lot of people sometimes don't really know what to do about this move. You want to stand like just as close as you possibly can without getting hit by it, because it whiffs. So like it just block. So you know I can do that. I can still approach with it if it hits, right? But on whiff, there's not much I can do. So a lot of people, non-Potemkin, if you were not playing Potemkin, like if I whiff this, they can do an IAD in, they can just air dash in and punish you for it. So you can't just throw it out like constantly. Like I see a lot of Potemkins do that. Like they'll do this, right? And they'll think that, oh, they can't approach, but it's like, yeah, you can. And even Pot has some options, like he can do slide head. You know, he can like so throw up 5H. Yeah. It's like, just give me one of those. Oops. One more. Like that. See? You can just punish with that. So there's options there. 5H is still really good, though, if people are not respecting you. Like, for instance, a lot of times Souls will just, like, run up. They'll just try and do, like, a run-up thing or, like, a Kai. You know, there's that meme about Kai doing run-up throws. You just 5H. And it either forces them to block, which is good. If they block, it's not bad for you because you can still just you can hammerfall break it. Let's see. Okay, normals. Let's see what else is good. 5P also really good. This is a great anti-air. It's not you're not gonna get as much out of it, but it's fast. The only problem is it whiffs on croucher, so just crouch for me. So it whiffs on crouchers. So a lot of times what people will do is they'll jump in and if you miss, they'll jump in and crouch and do like a crouching normal. Because if you miss the 5P punish, then they're, you know, just going to whiff on them. Okay. But it's still really good. Because, here, jump at me. You can do, whoops, hold on, one more time. You can do that. You can confirm into Heat Knuckle. Yeah, this should end the run. But so that's a really a confirm that a lot of people learning Potemkin should learn is just oops. My DPs on that side are really bad. 1 second. There you go. Yeah, you can do that. That's a really easy confirm. It's a good one too. It's more damage than it is more damage than just 6Ping. Because also, in order to get the hard, well, we can talk about 6, because 6P, you know, that's the universal anti-air. It's pretty good. The only problem is, counter hit 6P does not net you a combo, as opposed to a lot of other characters that do. So just do like jump H. I made the body splash.
How'd you do it again?
Jump H. That one. Like that. I don't get a combo off that, but it does give me a hard knockdown. So like, if you're gonna, like I can do that, you know, or anything. Oops, one more time. There you go. Or I could do like what we were talking about. Like that. Yeah. So it gives you, so that's what, I mean, 6P, it's the universal anti-air, everybody has it. But Pot specifically only really gets, he can get a combo, but it's really not worth the reason. You can RC it, but it's not worth the resources. I think at the very height of 6P, you can also get 1 5P, but it's not worth it. So that's a good one. 5K is another really good one, a standing low. So you gotta block it low. It's also a pretty fast startup, 10 frames, which is pretty quick. It is also 6K cancelable, which will come into play later. So, let's see. That's a pretty good one. I mean, you know, it's your standard standing low. You can juggle with that, too. That's why that's really important. Some moves will allow you to juggle with 5K. I'm trying to think of, like, all the good ones. You've also got 2H. That's your that's your committal anti-air. That's if somebody's doing, like, super jump and you see them coming down. Like, if you do, here, like, do a jump H at me. Whoop. we were almost dead there. Okay, try one more time. Like, hold on. Oh. You can get a few of those if you hammerfall break it. No. I think I have to RC it, but yeah, it's tricky. You can get some nasty stuff off of that, but this one is like, you gotta know. Like, it's either combo filler or you just have to feel it. Like, you have to know it's gonna happen. I'm trying to think. Far Slash. This is, in my opinion, almost kind of a better poke than 5H. This is his Far Slash, the stop sign. Because one, its range is still really good. It's faster and it doesn't have as much recovery. This is insane for people trying to air dash in on you. It will stop them. And the other thing is, this works as both an anti-air and an anti-approach. So, like, for instance, like, see, it hits you pretty easily there. Like, do Mega Fist forward. Do you know how to do that? Quarter circle forward punch. Like that. Like, see that? It can still check Mega Fist. Like, even though we traded there, like, you can do it. See, it's just a really good check button. You can do it either if they're jumping. This button, in a very matchup-specific bit of information, this button is so good against Gold Lewis, it's almost comical. Gold Lewis only does not have a double jump, right? He only has an air dash. So if he jumps, and it's not super jumping, you can just kind of do this. Like what's he gonna do? Double jump? He can't. So any character that likes to do IADs in on you, you can do you can use Far Slash, and it's really gonna check them really hard. This is also great for characters that like to run at you. So a lot of times what Soul players will do is, and actually if you watch my match versus Roy Soul in the Twitch Rivals, I do this a lot. He starts to run at me, and I just do Far Slash. And then he just gets hit, and then he tries to IAD and just do Far Slash again. And he just gets hit again. And then what a lot of people will do is they'll run and then do 6P at you, because can you just do 6P?
6P.
So 4. Yeah, there you go. One more time. Sorry. There you go. See, whoa, that'll actually check it because the hitbox is lower. There you go. See, like that? So what they'll do is they'll do run up and then that, right? But then, you know, then you can get cheeky and do that, right? So you know, you can't, it's and the same with any fighting game. You can't really just spam one move and hope to win, right? You gotta kind of mix it up a little bit. But there you go. Far Slash, really good button. Great for keeping them out. Great for checking a lot of aerial moves. So that's good. Let's see. Do you want me to go over like every single normal, or
no,
just the important?
Just go over the important ones.
The important ones. Okay. In that case, trying to think. There's your best air-to-air is, in my opinion, Jump S. It covers a big area in front of you. Jump H is really good, but that's a better air-to-ground. This can also cross up. Nice thing about that, you can cross people up with that. 2K, another really good one for poking. This is better for poking and leading into special moves, which I'll talk about in a minute. Yeah, so those are the good normal moves. Those are a lot of Potemkin's normals. You know, you got your standard JP. That's pretty quick for checking people in the air, but you don't get much off of it. Now onto the fun stuff. Special moves. You can't talk about Potemkin without talking about his literal best special move, and that's Garuda Impact. This move is insane. This move is so insane. On block, just block low for me.
Okay, block low.
That's plus 19. So you can do all sorts of insane stuff with that. So, like, you can mix them up, right? So, do it again. That, like, there's all sorts of insane stuff you can do with that. Garuda Impact is probably probably in the top 5 special moves in the game, period. It's quarter circle back heavy, like that. The other interesting thing about it is, like, all of Potemkin's special moves, you can Kara cancel it. So you kind of get that slide forward, like that. So you can either do it normal, or you can do a slide forward. Oh, that's 6K. So 6K is not very good. It's mostly used in, like, combo filler stuff. That's why I didn't talk about it too much. It is there. It's command normal, but for the most part, you're using it as combo filler or as like kind of an advance on Oki. But so you can actually use it in the reason I waited is you can use it in conjunction with Garuda Impact, right? So you can do like that, right? Because the other thing is 6K also catches jumpers. So for instance, let's see. So after Garuda, just hold up, right? Oops. Well, just block it and then hold up.
I'm sorry, my bad.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Oh, I tried
like
to
that.
Jump.
Yeah, exactly. So 6K will catch jumpers like that.
That's crazy.
So Garuda is nuts. This move is insane. Like I said, plus 19. And I'll wait to talk about Roman cancels because with Roman cancels it gets even crazier. But anyway, it's really good. Use it on Oki. Oh, if you hit them with it, you get a confirmed Pot Buster. So anyway, so we'll talk about that now. Potemkin Buster, one of the things that everybody finds the scariest about Potemkin. So Pot Buster is a command grab. It is 5 frames. Knowing the range of this is one of the keystones of playing Potemkin. So please learn that if you want to play Potemkin out there. Know where it will whiff and where it won't. For instance, this should whiff. Oops. Yep. And this shouldn't. Yep. So you have to know that. Like, that's so important. And this is one of the things that I really prided myself on in Xrd, is knowing where Pot Buster would hit and where it wouldn't hit. So you need to know where to go for it. However, in this version, we can Kara cancel it, right? So for instance, this shouldn't hit, right? But I can Kara cancel it by plinking K beforehand, and this should hit with Kara. Yep. So you move forward a set amount of space, because what you're doing is you're Kara canceling it. So, you know, you're doing 6K, which moves you forward, but then you're canceling that into Pot Buster, which gives you that extra space. So certain punishes with Pot Buster won't work unless you Kara cancel it. So you have to make sure you get those down. Those are really important. But other than that, it's a really, really good command throw. It gives you a ton of damage. It gives you sort of Oki. It gives you great Oki in the corner, but you kind of throw them away in mid-screen. But that doesn't mean you can't follow it up. We'll go over that with Roman cancels. So there's that. Mega Fist, which is great. This one, it's an overhead. So this is an advancing or retreating overhead. There's a back and a forward version, right? This is really, really strong. This will, on the forward version, this one, on block is like -6. So it's pretty unsafe. You can get punished. Matchup specific thing. Do not do this against Soul, because he can punish you with 5K, and that gets him a full combo. So if you're close like this and you do this, you're going to eat a full combo against Soul. So be really careful about that. Or anybody who has like a fast move that cancels into a lot of stuff, like Axel's 5K, can really punish you with that. So just be careful about that kind of thing. However, if you hit it from really far away, so for instance, an easy one for Pot is just block my Mega Fist. So just block this. It's an overhead, so you're gonna have to block mid, but just go into the corner. Just mash 5P after you block it. Hold on, I got it closer. See, you can just punish with that. So don't be afraid of Pot if you're doing the mirror. Like, most characters can do that. Most characters can just 5P punish or something. Anything that's like 5 frames, they can punish with that. So don't be too afraid of that if he's advancing. However, if I hit from like back here, right? So just like block this from back here.
There, go on. One more time.
Yeah, it's okay. Like that, then I'm safe. Not much you can do about that, right? So if you space it correctly, you can still advance but be safe. Now, you can also Kara this, like any of Pot's special moves, so you can get some wild distance. Hold on, let me do it right here. Hold on.
Is that the one where you do the backwards one, but it goes forward?
That's Kara Mega Fist back, which I'll talk about after this.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Sorry, I'm running.
No. You're fine, man. No. Like that. So you get some wild distance on this thing. So normally, so it's Kara Mega Fist forward. So you're basically doing Mega Fist forward, but you're plinking K into P.
Jeez Louise. I don't think I'll be able to.
Yeah. That's regular. You'll know. Trust me. It's like you'll know. like from here. So
Like that?
that might have been. Yeah. That was it. That was regular.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you get some nuts range. So like, you'll know. So like this. Whoops. So like, regular versus Kara, you'll know. Like, there you go. You go flying, and it's kind of nuts. So that's really good if people aren't expecting it, right? So like this one is really good if Ram just likes to lazily throw swords at you. So if you're in the corner against Ram and she's throwing a sword, boom, just go right over it, right? And that actually counts as a counter hit too. So yeah, you can actually get a lot of combos off of this if you RC it, right? It's a really good move. But do be careful. Don't overuse it, because if you do it and you're too close, they do get a punish off of it. So then Mega Fist back. So Mega Fist back is a whole different beast, because one, it moves you backwards, right? But it's plus on block as opposed to minus. It is +4. So this move, and you'll see me do it a lot, and it's actually kind of a habit I have to break because it's predictable. If I'm in the corner, right? So just like walk at me, just like get me in the corner, and then just like block. I'm plus on that. I'm +4.
Ooh.
So like, if I'm in the corner and I do this, it's my turn now, right? Like, you lose your turn if you block Mega Fist back. So it's kind of nuts. It's really good. And then you can also Kara it. I wish this is one of the inputs that I really wish I could do better. There you go. So that's Mega Fist back. But it's kind of like whoop going forward like that. Kind of makes like a L shape or a J shape, like that. So that is me Kara canceling Mega Fist back. And what that does is it keeps some of the properties of Mega Fist back, but Kara cancels it forward. So important thing to note about this: it is Mega Fist back, but it is -2 rather than +4, right? Ooh, there you go, same brain cell. But so the important thing to note about that is you are still minus on that, even if you do that. But it's useful in combos, because for whatever reason, it adds extra damage if you do that in the middle of a combo, because it's really difficult to do. But that is an important thing to note. Let's see. So that's Mega Fist forward, Mega Fist back. Do you want me to talk about the supers?
Yeah, we'll talk about the supers.
Yeah. Heat Knuckle, anti-air grab. It's not really an anti-air grab. It's like a
attack grab.
Yeah. There you go. So if you block it, it doesn't. There you go. If it hits, it does that. This is a great ender to wall break. That is a guaranteed wall break. So if you just really want to wall break and reset the situation, you can do that in the corner. Okay. Here, can you just super jump in place? I want to see if I can show this off.
What do you want me to do?
Just super jump in place. Yeah, or double jump.
Okay.
There you go. That's if you can hit Heat Knuckle at the highest possible, like almost pixel, you'll get a guaranteed pot buster.
Oh, is that guaranteed? Yeah.
Only if it's like the highest possible. Because it is plus. It's super plus. If they block it, not actually super plus, but it's plus enough that. Hold on, let me go on one player side because it's easier for me.
Okay.
Let's see if I can do this. Okay. Yep. There you go.
Oh
so,
my god.
Yeah. So that's guaranteed if you hit it. But this is something you want to lab. Like, don't just go into games and try this. Lab that and make sure you get kind of the idea of where the height is. So that's an important thing. So, you know, if they're jumping in with something, like, what this is really good against is Mei's jump H. If she's going to try and do that, you just do that. You know, you just do this. Oh, another important thing to note, another matchup thing that might help some people. If Axel is doing JS, this will grab it. So if he's just lazily going, like, JS, you know, and jumping in with JS, which is the one where he kind of like throws the sickle. Do Heat Knuckle, and it will grab him out of that because it has his sickle has a hurt box on it. So yeah, this is a really good one to know. Also, you can car cancel this as well, like that.
How do you do that?
So you do DP and then immediately forward KH. That one is a little. This one is tricky for me to do consistently because it's a tricky motion. Ugh. Hold on.
Oh, this is hard, boy.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. You kind of see him sliding forward a little bit, right? Like that.
Oh, I done it.
Yeah. So you'll know. Yep. There you go. Exactly. So you'll see it. You can card cancel it. I don't really do that very often. But it's there. Let's see. We've got so that's Heat Knuckle. You've got Slide Head, the knockdown. It is blockable now, but I think it's 0 on block, so it's safe on block. It's a knockdown. This one is really good for if they're just running at you. It's also good if you can catch them doing something with a lot of startup. So, you know, it's a knockdown. You do this, you can advance on them. It's got a hit of armor, so this is really good to use against Faust's poke, the long poke, because what they'll do is they'll stand exactly where you are now and do the poke, and then you just go like that, get a knockdown. It's great for things that are really committal, and if the opponent's going to stand on the ground after, you get the knockdown, which is great. So that's what's really good for, and the hit of armor is really nice too. For instance, like earlier I talked about this. If you do 5H on me, I can just do that. Like just the far slash, the chop, you know?
Yeah, no, go on. Oh, you want me to do?
Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Like that. See? So that's really good for that. You know, you get the knockdown. Also, it should be noted that Slide Head. Slide Head is half circle forward S. That's the input. There you go. The person who does it second will win. If you're both doing it. Like
you know what's bad? I always used to do the DP motion.
Yeah, it's half circle forward.
Oh, wait 1 second. What the? It is. Because I'm doing that. Do the DP motion, and it does the slide head.
Oh yeah. Okay. So that's because the game. I think the game only really takes like the last 3 inputs, and this is one of the reasons why sometimes I'll get Buster if I'm doing Mega Fist back. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, be careful doing this a lot because it is punishable if they're close enough. So if they're like here, doing slide head is really dangerous because they can just punish it, jump in, and do whatever. So yeah, that's slide head. It's really good for that. Once again, you can card cancel it like that. See? Yeah. Then there's what's up?
No, I just realized something. So like, look at the 2 different slide heads. So look. So when he does this one looks a bit quicker. This one, are they both the same?
I think they're the same. I don't think. Oh, you mean doing DP versus doing half circle?
Yeah, it's like this. The half circle one looks a bit more slower.
Really? It could be. I haven't really tested that. It's something I could definitely test.
Oh
but yeah. But it's yeah. So you've got slide head. It's really good for a knockdown. Then you got flick. Flick is a lot of fun. Unfortunately, Pot doesn't have any projectiles, so we can't test that. But you can flick projectiles back at your opponent. They turn into a fireball. There's many things you can flick in this game. There's a whole list of them. Some things that you can flick that are interesting are Faust's jump bag. You can flick Axel's Rensen. You can flick Gunflame. You can flick Stun Edge. And a lot of these flick things are important for learning that matchup. The big one that a lot of Rams don't expect is if they get you in the corner right and they do their whole setup where throwing the sword and then blowing up the sword, you can flick the explosion. So when the explosion goes off, if you flick it and they're close enough, they'll just get hit by the explosion. So that lets me get out of the corner very easily. Basically anything, a lot of things that are thrown that aren't attached to the character, you can flick. You can flick meteors. It doesn't work very well though. You can flick. I'm trying to think. Oh, you can flick Nagoryuki's blood explosion. When he goes into Blood Rage, you can flick that, and that's really good because that won't knock you away. So if you watch Nagoryuki's blood explosion and he's here, like say I'm Nago, and like I do a move and like you see I'm gonna go Blood Rage and you see the animation, just flick and you can flick the blood explosion and it'll go through him. It's really cool. You can hold it to work on timing. Like that. It's got a great hitbox too. It's not plus like it used to be plus, but it's not plus anymore. It's actually minus. This is also a good way of catching people who are jumping out of your pressure. So just block low.
Okay.
So like, if people are gonna try and jump out, because a lot of times a good mix up after that. So like, just block low for this,
Okay.
like this. You can do that. So if people think you're gonna do Garuda, because you can jump out of that Garuda. You can do that instead, and that'll hit people who are jumping.
Nice.
So you can mix it up. So Flick is good in some situations. It's really good if people get lazily zoning. Once again, you can car it like that. So you can advance with it. And it's got a really good hitbox too. So you can kind of like sneak up on them with that. Like here it won't hit, but if I car it, it will, right? So you can kind of get a little sneaky with that. Once again, really important to learn the spacing of these moves, where they hit, where they won't, because then you can mess with Kara. So like, once again, that won't hit, but this will. See? So I'm technically standing in the same spot, but one hit and one didn't because I Kara canceled it. So those are, I believe, all of Pot's special moves. Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. There's one normal I forgot to talk about. Can I have an addendum to the normals?
Yeah, of course you can.
JD, this is a really important button. It's not nearly as good as it used to be, but the really good part about it, it stops your momentum, right? So, like that. So you can bait out anti-airs with this, right? So if somebody is like trying to 6P you, like, so just like try and 6P me here.
Hold on.
See, you can bait it out because it stops your momentum, and it'll hit, you know, and so you'll get like a counter. It's like you can 6P it. Yeah, you can 6P it. You just got to react to it. Let's see, I can react to 6P as well with that. So that's a good sort of like button to throw out in the air. Don't rely too heavily on it though. You'll get predictable. You get anti-aired and it sucks. But anyway, so specials. I don't think there's any other ones. I think that's all of them. So we got Mega Fist, Pot Buster, Heat Knuckle, Garuda Impact. We got both Mega Fists. I think that's Slide Head and Flick. That's everything. Okay,
Yep.
So now you want to talk about supers?
Let's go.
Okay, so the first super we'll talk about, it's simple because it's not very good. It's Heavenly Potemkin Buster. It's this. It's not great. The hitbox is actually more above him than it is in front of him. It's pretty easy to miss with this. Here, I'm gonna Gold Burst just to get more meter. But yeah, so essentially, this is, you can combo into this, or here, just jump.
Oh, sorry. I thought I might.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No worries. So let me. Oh, I need meter.
Burst? Oh, you can't burst?
I can't burst. I don't have regen burst. What's like the fastest way to do this?
See, this is the thing about the online practice. You can't just select the bars.
Oh, you can't? Okay.
I don't think you can.
No, that's unfortunate. So just jump.
I'll say.
There you go. Easy enough, right? You can fake people out with this. If you know you want to go for it, if you think they're gonna jump, you can just Heavenly. You'll catch them out of the air. Awesome, looks cool, whatever. Yeah. And I would talk about Dust too, but it's Dust, right? It's the same. Everybody has Dust. It's overhead, does the same thing. But anyway, that'll factor into the Roman cancel section when I talk about that. Yeah, it's. I will do his Dust combo just to show it off. So that's the that's the standard Dust combo. And so if you do that, that's just going back to normals we talked about. Dust. That's H jump cancel H S H jump cancel H H. So the other thing is that actually works. You can actually burst bait really easily with pots. So after I dust you, I'm gonna hit you once, then burst. Okay, I'll show you. Ooh.
I could have burst. I tried to.
Oh yeah.
Let's hit me once. I can't.
Really? It's
wait.
Dust. It's Dust and another button.
All right, my bad. No,
you're fine. Here, don't burst this.
Oh.
No, you're fine. Here, I was just gonna show it off because he actually has a really easy burst punish in the air. But anyway, it's fine. We can talk about it when we get burst back later. Yeah. So, here, just hit me a couple times just so I can get my burst back, and then I'm gonna gold burst this. Okay, so just like all of his other special moves, you can actually Kara cancel his supers as well. So move back a bit. So like you've got Heavenly, right? That's Heavenly. But then you've also got, this is kind of not super useful, but once in a while, Kara Heavenly. You can kind of see it there. He scoots forward a little bit. But yeah, here, just smack me around a bit so I can get burst. But yeah, so that Heavenly, you can, if you have 100 meter, because of RC, well, I'll talk about it with RCs and stuff later. This will factor in RCs. But anyway, it's the anti-air grab. It's like about a 45-degree angle. The hitbox is very good. Only do it if you're positive you can do it, or if you can combo into it for a kill, right? You can combo into it off 2 at H. Here, hit, just 5P me.
Oh, hell. Oh, sorry. My bad.
No, you're fine. So, like, just hit me a bit. Okay, I'll get it back. One more. Okay, I'm gonna gold burst. Okay, so you can combo into it like this. Easy enough. If you really want to just confirm that, right? You can do it. Doesn't do a ton of damage. Well, it does pretty good damage. But anyway, so his other move. This is the fun one. This is Gigantor. That, right? So this lasts about 3/4 of the screen, right? So you can do that. You can walk behind it. They're forced to react to you, right? You know, because it's a persistent projectile. That is also there you go, right? So I have to react to this. I have to respect you. So either I have to make my choice. Am I going to jump over it? Am I going to just block it? It does 3 hits if you're far, or 1 hit if you're close. So do it when I'm close up. Boom, just 1 hit like that. So 1 hit if you're close, 3 hits if you're far. Oh, I know what I can do here. Hold on. I know how I can get some easy meter like this. I just need meter so I can do stuff.
Okay.
So basically, that's your option there. There's all sorts of cool stuff you can do with this. Like, for instance, if I'm here, right? Oops, I can do this. Whoop, I missed, but you can do that. So, like, if you're close enough, right? You do, oh, here, let me gold burst real quick. You can do this. Like that, right? So, you can fake them out. You can do all sorts of cool stuff with that super. And it actually still combos after that. So you can also actually throw them into it. Hold on. I want this one's a little trickier. I'm gonna just get some meter from walking forward here. Let's see, what would be the easiest way to do this? This is just kind of a cool little thing you can do with this super that I like a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna use it and then try and jump over it. Hold on. I'm gonna use the super and then just try and jump over it. I want to see if I can. Oh yeah. Well, regardless, see, it's hard to jump over. That's fine though. So anyway, it basically just sets up a barrier, and a lot of more mobile characters like Chip or Melia will have a very easy time getting over that, but less mobile characters like Gold Lewis or Pot will have a very hard time doing that. So, you know, it's definitely a thing you can use to set up sort of a better situation. Also, on startup, it hits all around you. So if they're trying to cross you up and you use it on wake up, they'll get hit. So they'll actually get hit out of that cross up. So that's something that's interesting to note. Those are all the supers. So you want to talk about Roman cancels?
Let's get into the top 5 Roman cancels. Okay, take it away, man.
I'm gonna show you the best one right off the bat. This one is so easy to do, right? I'm gonna get some meter here. Okay, so I'm gonna do Garuda, and I want you to block this, okay? So just down back. Like that. So if you BRC Garuda, you get a high-low there. It's like a legitimate high-low. It's 20 frames to react. Faster on 5K because 5K is 10 frames. But the other option you have there, right? Because you're stuck in guard crush. So like this. So just try and react to this. So like that, right? You here hit me a couple times so I can gold burst. All right, I'm just gonna get 100 meter here. I'm just gonna gold burst you. Okay, so just block again. There you go. You actually combo that. So because after that BRC, you're reacting to either 5D or 5K, right? And you're not holding 5D, so it's just 20 frames. Nice. So you're just doing either 5K, which is low, or 5D, which is high. So 5D is 20 frames, 5K is 10 frames. So it's just really, really good. And just block high this time. Just right? You can chain that into another Garuda impact, which then confirms into Pot Buster. So like for instance, here, I'll do that full combo in the corner here.
Okay. You want me to stand or duck?
Stand. So just stand block. So here we go. Ready? Like this, and then this chains again. Like that. So that's probably one of the best RCs in the game. BRC off of a guard crush puts you so, and then here, let's do this. So, keep blocking high, right? Even if you block it, that 5D, I can do close slash, right? And remember, even if you block the mix-up and I do close slash, remember close slash is +4. So I'm still plus. It's still my turn, even if you block the mix-up. So that is a really, 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 really strong RC for Potemkin. Everybody should know that one. Because if you confirm the 5K, you get the Garda impact into another Pot Buster. And if you confirm the 5D, you confirm that into close slash, which is a combo. And even if you don't, even if they block the 5D, you're still plus off of the close slash. So it's just a really great situation for Pot. Really advantageous. Takes 50 meter and still puts the pressure on them. Probably one of the better Roman cancels in his arsenal. Hold on, I'm gonna do this. Okay, what can I do here? What's another good RC? Oh, this is the classic one, right? Right. So you just fast RC into Pot Buster, because you know if you do there's the regular RC and then the fast RC, which stops the slowdown, but you get to act sooner. So this is actually a sort of a, hold on, I'm gonna put you on the other side here. This is a really good option. This is a pretty basic one. A lot of what new Pot players will learn right away because it's really good and it's really hard to react to. Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. I forgot about Hammerfall, one of his special moves. How could I forget about Hammerfall? So Hammerfall is charge back, forward, and H. You can cancel it with P. It's got a hit of armor on it. It's Pot's charge. It's how he dashes. Right, I feel so silly. I forgot this in his special moves. It's just such. I don't even think of it as a special move. I think of it as his dash. Right. So, you use it like that. You dash forward. You can cancel it. And the interesting thing is you can cancel it out of a lot of moves. So if I do sweep like that, you can cancel it so that you're closer. It's a really good thing to have in your arsenal. Keep in mind though that cancel, that break like that is not super safe. You can get hit pretty easily out of that. But having that hit of armor is great for advancing. Like, just press 5H, the chop. Right, you can punish. You just keep doing it. Just so I show off the armor. Hold on. Keep doing it. Ah!
Why is Chop beating the armor?
Because it doesn't. There you go. It doesn't start on frame 1. So his armor doesn't start until frame 5. It used to start on frame 1, but if you're doing it at the beginning of the startup, it'll beat it out. That's why you kind of got to know like when to start it and when not to. So like where to use it and stuff. So anyway, that's Hammerfall. But back to what I was talking about, the Roman cancel. Just doing this. That. It's a really, really strong option. Super good. That one's pretty decent. Okay. I might kill you with this. So come to mid-screen. This is probably another really good one to learn. I hope I can do this. Yeah, this might actually just kill you. Hold on, let's see if I can figure it out. Yeah, that'll just kill you. So mid-screen, there's actually a really easy way to get... Here, I'm just going to walk forward. Get near. There's a really easy way to get a wall break. And I think this is another... This is actually one that I need to practice more. Alright. I think this is another really good RC. Here, come here. Like mid-screen, like here, I think is good. Okay. Hold on. Let me get... Alright. Walk backward just a little bit. Just a little bit. There you go. About here. Or like, come forward just a bit. It has to be from like a really specific way mid-screen. Like about here, I think. So as long as you're around this area in mid-screen, you can do one of these. Let's see if I can do this. Whoop. Okay, so normally this is a tricky one, but you can do it. Well, here, as long as we're in the corner, I'll show you this one. So this is another fast RC. If you get a pot buster in the corner, like that.
Whoa, that hits you down like that, yeah?
Yep. And it gets a wall break. So anything that fast RCs does, it scales less. So yeah, it's really, really good.
Okay.
Yeah. It's super strong. That's a great one to know. Oh, this is another good one. Hold on. I'm unfortunately gonna have to tell you for this one. So this is that's a good one. Another useful one. I don't know. This is because it's not at the top of the list. This is another good one to know, but it's not necessarily his best. Hold on. Okay, let's see if I can do this. This is one that I still struggle with a little bit because it's pretty quick. Ugh! Damn it. Fucked up. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can do it again. There you go. That is burst safe. So, if you do Pot Buster and then fast RC Heat Knuckle, they can't burst that. So that's great for killing people like Chip, Melia, you know, because if you let them go and they've got burst, they can come back pretty easily. So if you do Pot Buster, fast RC Heat Knuckle, that is completely burst safe. They cannot burst that. And, you know, it gives you a chance to just finish them off before they can come back and escape. Okay, now, and then I would say the other one, or the last one, if I can actually do it, is going to be this one from mid-screen. Hold on. I got to get the meter for it first. Okay, come on. Give me the meter. Alright. Alright, so come back about mid-screen, like here. This is gonna be best to use mid-screen like this. Alright. There you go. Like that. And this will wall break. So that is a wall break combo off of Pot Buster mid-screen for 50 meter. 100% worth it. If you can learn that and do it reliably, learn that. The combo is Pot Buster, RC forward, jump, late jump H, 6K, and then the 6K will bounce them off the wall, and then you do close slash 2H Heat Knuckle. And there you go. So those, I think, are some of his best Roman cancels, or at least the easiest ones to learn.
All right, excellent, man. Thank you very much for showcasing these. So we're now on to the next part. So what does your character strive for? So what is the main plan when it comes to Potemkin? Is he meant to walk you into the corner and then mix-ups, or, you know?
So Pot thrives if you can make your opponent scared, right? You want your opponent to know what you can do. That's when Pot becomes the most powerful, is when he's in a situation where your opponent is afraid of Potbuster. Because the way I approach this character is you don't have to Potbuster, you just need your opponent to know that you can, right? Because as soon as they know you can do this, right, they're going to be looking for it. Which means that, like, they're always going to be assuming, or they're going to be looking for it. And as soon as you can catch them looking for it, you can absolutely take advantage of them. So a lot of times, so remember this, that, right? And everybody thinks that you're going to Potbuster, right? So what you do is, so I'm going to do that and just jump, because that's what people do 9 times out of 10, right? Oh, you got to jump in reaction to that. No. So I'm just going to get meter and do it again. So everybody thinks, right? Whoop. You can just throw.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just jump throw. So I'll just do it again. Yeah. So. Right.
What?
So everybody thinks that you're going to go for Potbuster there. But that's such an, because if you're jumping after the PRC, you'll get out of the Potbuster, right? And then you can punish. But if you just jump throw, I think I got Bean a couple times with that when we played in ICFC. So you just, you know, a lot of it is mind games, but that's grapplers, right? You know, a lot of it is like, what do I think my opponent thinks I'm going to do, right? And then you sort of feel it out. Like, so it's the slow approach, right? He has no air dash. He has no dash. He's only got this. So you can't approach with this, right? You can't approach with Hammerfall. But you have to understand that, you know, what you want is you want to catch your opponent afraid of you. So I think, you know, so that's like a useful, like, that's a useful thing, is knowing that your opponent wants to get out of Potbuster. And it's the same thing with, this, right? So remember that that setup I did, just down back, just block low. So like this, right? You can jump out of that. So you can actually jump out of Garda there. So just jump. There you go. See? But if I do this, can't jump out of that. So it becomes the mix-ups, right? It becomes, because, and it's the same thing with Potbuster for Garuda, right? They're such good moves that your opponent is going to think, well, why wouldn't he go for Garuda, right? It's amazing. So then you think, well, I know that you're thinking that I want to go for Garuda, so instead I'm going to do Flick, or, you know, whatever, right? You can also approach, remember, a good approach is you can approach with Mega Fist. Just make sure you know the spacing. But yeah, so also, so like, I'm going to do, so block the first Garuda. So I'm going to do this, right? I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do a mix-up after that, right? And I want you to try and jump out of this.
Okay.
Nope. So you can't jump out of that. So if you jump after that, but I press 2K, right? You get hit, and then you get a knockdown, and guess what? I get another meaty Garuda. So you can do that. Oop, you can just block this. Oh, and then another Garuda, right? So there's all sorts of crazy stuff you can do after Garuda that will, and if people press buttons typically on Garuda, they're gonna get counter hit, which leads to a Potbuster. Yeah, that move is just so good. So it's great in all sorts of frame traps, mix-ups, right? A really good option to beat Garuda, though, is backdash, because you'll get hit by Garuda, but you'll get blown away, right? So you're out of the vortex. So I'm going to do that close/2S Garuda, but just do backdash, right? Okay. Oops, 1 second. One more time. See? So you get out, but you still get hit. So that is an option. So what I could do is Oh, here, I'm gonna get you on the other side. So I'm gonna do this again, right? Oops, one more time. So just backdash the Garuda. Oops, one more time. Oh, one more time. You can do that. You can just delay it and get hit, right? So a lot of it is learning what your opponent likes to do. Are they jumpy? Do they like to jump out of it? Then you can even go for Heat Knuckle, right? Do they backdash? You can do 5H. What do they do? You know, so that's a lot of like the frame trap stuff of Potemkin. And here, let's even get more simple with it, right? So, like, why go through all that extra effort, you know? So now, you think about it, right? They're so in that mindset of, I have to block Garuda, right? I don't want to be minus, or I don't want to have them have a 19 frame advantage. Okay, then just Pot Buster, you know? Now they're so in their own head about blocking Garuda that they won't jump the Buster, right? They're looking for something else. So what you want to do is, you want to get them looking for something specific, and then do the complete opposite. And that's where Potemkin's really going to shine. And remember when I talked about making them afraid? That's when they get really afraid. Because then they say, oh my god, I've been blocking Garuda and he does Buster, and then you're in their head, right? And then you're good to go. Then you won the match at that point, essentially. As long as you don't completely choke, you got it. You are in their head and you win. So yeah, that's how you're gonna approach them. That's the basic game plan.
Excellent. Thank you very, very much for this lengthy guide, man.
I'm sorry. I went too long. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's cool. I like it because this one is the longest one that I've had so far out of the ones I've recorded, but I absorbed so much knowledge. I was like, oh, you could do that. Oh, you could do this. Oh, that works. I was like, yeah, no, this is what people want to see. They want to know how you could do stuff with this character and what can work and what doesn't. And even the Roman cancel section was very informative. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course.
This is the end, but we can't finish without knowing what are your socials. Where do you stream? Where do you create content? Where do you talk? On Twitter, let them know where they can find you.
I am basically Octopimp everywhere. So I got it on Twitter, Octopimp, Twitch, Octopimp, YouTube, Octopimp, everything. It's everywhere. Yeah, that's where you can find me. Like I said, I'm Octo. I stream. I love fighting games. I'm also a voice actor. I'm in Guilty Gear, like I said. I voice Axel. I'm in a couple different things, so you can hear me in various games that you've played, possibly. Yeah. Thanks for having me, man.
All right, excellent, man. Thank you very much. Go support him. This has been the end of the Guilty Gear Strive Teach Me episode. We will be on to the next one. Remember to subscribe, leave a comment, and give a thumbs up to the video, man. Show support. We'll be on to the next video. Take it easy, everyone. Peace.